Dutch Bouncer Stories Part 2. Welcome to my channel, guys. I do videos on martial arts, security work, international bouncer, international master, martial arts master, fighter, street fighter, etc., etc. Click like, subscribe if you like this kind of content. Don't forget to comment and all that good stuff. It really helps the channel, guys. Now, getting on to the story of this video. If you haven't seen part 1, click on the link above and I'll also link it at the end. Part 1 was done 3 years ago already now, and I was waiting for the video to get to 1,000 views. It's almost there. So here I'm going with part 2. Now, in part 1, I talk about one of the heaviest, maybe if not the most extreme knockout in gym war history in Holland, which was done by me. I knocked a really tall guy out with a wheel kick. It's about that, and it's about how I did that, how I trained for that, and where it happened, the dates and all that are in there. And I also talk about how I started working security in Holland. By this, I'm meaning my very, very first gig. Although I don't really talk about my first fight, my first street fight, which is what this video is about. It's about my first street fight in Holland. And just for you guys to see where it happened, I'm right in the town where it happened. You guys see that right there? That's the tower of this town. I used to live right across from there. It's literally like a 2-minute walk that way, and then like a half a minute walk in that direction. Where I used to work was right there. So it's really close by to where I lived. And we're gonna go and do this story over there by the door of where this happened. I was literally right there a minute ago. This is the route I actually used to take. It's from this alley. The tower is over there again. And well, the shop is right here. And the fight that happened started inside, and it ended with the guy laying down on the ground over here. This is the door, and I can very calmly do this video now at the door where it happened, because this place is closed. It's been closed for a while. They moved. They're now on the other side. So this is the spot where it happened, and this is how it went down. Okay, there was this really fat dude with a dog. He always had a dog with him, not when he came to the shop, because it's not allowed. For those of you that don't know what a shop is, a coffee shop is where people come and buy hash, weed, all these cannabis products. You know, there's one in every country usually. And basically this dude, kind of big, fat guy, he basically was coming over here almost every day, and he had this thing where he would sexually harass the girls, and by law, of course, that's not allowed. I had just got my diploma and my badge to be able to work security here legitimately, and basically this dude was always harassing the girls, and I had already seen him do it when I was off duty, because I'd already came and checked out the bar, the hash bar and everything. I sat here for hours before I took the job, before I even stood and worked here. So I'd already seen him do it. I already knew I would have to deal with it eventually. So that day he was doing it. He was making moves towards the girl that was standing behind the bar. Even though I'm standing right next to him, I went in there, I was standing right next to him. And then I basically told him, you know, like what you're doing, you're not allowed to do. You cannot be harassing the girls. So I'm gonna ask you to leave. And then he just wouldn't budge. He's asking if I'm crazy, asking the girl if I'm nuts. What's wrong with this guy? He's paranoid. And I'm like, bro, second time I tell you. Okay, he still didn't listen. I'm like, okay, you got now 5 seconds to start walking, or I'm gonna drag you out. So I start counting 5, 4. I don't even think I got to 3. I just grabbed him by his shirt when he wasn't expecting it. So I basically grabbed him with my right arm by the back of his shirt. So I had him like this pretty much, you know, shirt all the way up to here. And he willingly walked because he was really fat. So I figured if he doesn't walk, it's going to be a mess, because I'm going to have to rough him up, because he was quite heavy. So eventually, you know, I walked him. I don't know if you guys can see, probably you guys can see, but somewhere from over there all the way down to the door, I walked him, holding him like that. So I come out holding the back of his head like this, you know, and then I basically just kick him in the back of his lower back, and I tell him to leave. And at that point, this guy was coming down named Tony, who was living at the moment over there, which it's a building that's owned by the owner of this building, and he actually lent her the money to start her business years back when he was like a big time drug dealer. And she had beef with the owner, and she had told me to keep an eye on him. So when he seen a security guard coming out and kicking a guy out and kicking him in the back of the lower back, and he basically asked me directly, like, hey, did the owner ask you to keep an eye on me? And I was like, it's a whole other story, but I basically was honest. I was like, no, bro, I mean, if she asked me, I wouldn't really give a damn, whatever. The guy the guy I kicked out, I gave him like a 1-day punishment, so he wasn't able to come back for the rest of that day. I told him when he was further away, like, hey, come back tomorrow. You can come back for the rest of the day, because he'd come here multiple times. And then it gets good. A few days later, he starts following my wife. I had a wife and a baby back then. He starts following her on the street. Like, way down over there's a park, way down that street. And then my wife gives me his description. There's this dude with a dog. He keeps following me around, whistling at me and this kind of things. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. Now you're messing with my wife. Now you're going somewhere you shouldn't be going. And, well, as you guys may have guessed, I was eagerly waiting to see him again at the door, even though I told him to come back. Obviously, the next time he was trying to come in, I didn't let him in. But that's for the next video. If you guys want to see that video, click above right here. If you guys want to see part 1, click over here. If you guys want to see me, a bouncer story about Mexico, about me getting in fights with cartel members, click on the link right here below me. And YouTube thinks you might want to see this video. So till the next video, guys, catch you later.